I'm going to show you how we do a finish on this knife. We did a fit last time, now we're going to do a finish. Hey guys, we're putting the finishing touches on shaping this vintage micarta handle, and it's coming together pretty good. Got some pretty decent palm swell on it. This is my first palm swell, so it's new to me. It's mechanical. I don't think I got my mojo down yet. It's coming out really sweet, but I don't have any muscle memory on this yet because I'm establishing new patterns. So it's coming out sweet, but it's all mechanical for me. It's just not flowing, but it's looking really sweet. I got a couple things to touch up first, and then I'm going to take the slack belt, and Kyle's going to show me how to slack belt this with a really fine grit. Then we'll take it to the hand sanding. Look forward to that. I like hand sanding. So let's get to it. Let's go in and get Kyle. I am putting the finishing touches on this micarta handle on this new chef's knife we got going out. Very nice micarta. It's old. I like hand sanding because it makes all the rough edges come in creamy and smooth and just beautiful. It's really nice and beautiful. You get your final feel on it. You know what it's going to feel like before the client gets it right there at the end. The scariest thing is getting into that blade still. I'm just trying to stay off the blade, but yeah, I like the hand sanding. It's just real good. Yeah, I just took it into Kyle, and I got some hooks in it from sanding it, so I'm gonna unhook it and straighten it up some more. The hook is where when you stop with sandpaper and you come back the other direction, you invariably always put a loop in it and come back. You gotta go up and come straight back, or you start at the top and drag it straight back. There's two ways of doing it. I like starting at the top and dragging it back one fell swoop instead of going up and back. So we're gonna do some of that. I did some, we're gonna do some more.
20 minutes later.
I got most of the hooks out of it, if not all of them. It's just some little dinky binky. Looks good. We'll see what Kyle says. Just smooth it all out with 600 grit. We'll see what the master bladesmith says.
Looks a lot better than it did. I don't see all those little scratches right here anymore. How wide's the rubber on that metal? Is it wide enough to go all the way across there?
Mm-mm. I was using a piece of wood.
With
the rubber one? I didn't see the rubber one.
With rubber on it?
No. I didn't see the rubber one.
Well, it's gotta have some kind of soft backer to do that final stuff.
Alright.
Well, not soft, but hard soft.
Yeah. That the leather one's super glued on. I got super glue out on the front edge, so it doesn't even work very good for that. The one I made a couple months ago. I just got done finishing this blade. It's all hand sanded, sharpened, ready to be shipped, buffed. Yesterday you saw me last. I was putting the finishing touches on the scales, the micarta scales. Then I had to go back and touch the blade up because I fussed with it a little bit and got some little scuffies on it. So I went out there with one of Kyle's special finishing sanding tools and got everything pulled to a straight 600 grit, and it looks pretty good. I was having a challenge getting my final sanding straight without the proper tool. I was out there fighting it. I kept getting little hooks and start and stop marks in it. So Kyle got me dialed on to his tool that he uses. It's not quite wide enough, but we made it work. I'm gonna make one just like the one he's got. It's got a rubber background. It's a pretty thick piece of metal, so it won't flex much. It's a bar of steel, about 1 inch wide, probably about, I guess, about 3/8 thick. It's got a piece of rubber glued on the backside, and the backside also has a relief cut in it, so it goes basically a point, and you can get that tipped way up in there, in that point on the rubber, and start dragging your sand back on your sandpaper, and you can get those lines started way up, super tight up against your handle. So we got it dialed in, straightened up, all the hooks taken out, smooth and creamy, 600 grit, oiled up, sharpened up. It cuts the hair off your leg, just not pushing hard, just gently pushing. It'll shave you down. You don't have to push very hard on it all on it. One of my biggest challenges with this knife was when I pulled it out of the heat treating oven, when I was getting ready to quench it, the handle was pretty soft and the handle dropped on me. I had to bring the handle back a little bit. That wasn't that big of a challenge, but it was getting it light enough. I'd like to have a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter, but it still came out. I think I'm about 7.5 ounces, 8 ounces. Some of my favorite knives have been around 6.5 to 7 ounces. They're just super light and maneuverable. But this is still very light. I like them light and thin, which this one is. I could have had a little bit thinner. Personal challenge is getting that heel tall enough. I like that. I had plenty of meat down here on the heel. It looks really nice and tall. Before I've actually ran out of material and I've had to put a bigger radius on here. It works okay, but I like it when it comes down a little more crisp, a little straighter, and it's back further. Not only did I work it down, but I worked the heel back up underneath here a little bit further. I'm gonna keep working on that. That was a challenge. It was fun to do, to manipulate the steel, to make the steel do your bidding. This got a mind of its own, and you gotta talk gently to it to get it to obey, with a little bit of honey and a little bit of hammer. And getting this fat trimmed off too. Getting this fat trimmed off the blade. I got this one quite a bit sleeker than I've been building some of them. They're great looking knives, but this just, maybe it's a personal preference, which is not always going to be a good thing. Clients have their preferences too. But getting them a little bit sleeker, a bit of that fat trimmed off of them, that's a challenge for me. If you like what you see, you got some comments about your heel height, some challenges you had with getting your heel big enough, just give me a shout out. Let me know what you think about that. I'm going through some of the YouTube comments, and we're going to reply. Thanks for a heads up on some of the CA finishes and the graphite, liquid graphite. We got some of that stuff going in motion. Check out the link in the description below. Royal Cutlery, where this knife will be available. See you in the next video. Bye bye.